What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I just want to quickly make a video on something, and it's a good discussion to have. It's a great debate, and I'm glad that there's two sides of this because, I mean, why not talk some Giants football and kind of get some ideas thrown out there? So, Jay Zach recently tagged me in a Twitter post saying that he wouldn't mind giving up the 6th, the 37th, and the next year's 2nd or 3rd for Kyler Murray this year. We trade up to 3 if the Arizona Cardinals do not take him, of course, at number 1. And assuming what we've seen from previous draft, like ironically the Jets moving up last year to get Sam Darnold, they had to give up a second the following year. So it would be realistically the Giants trading the 6th, the 37th, and then next year's 2nd. So that being said, he threw that out there because he really loves Kyler Murray. He really thinks that should be the move that the Giants make if Arizona does not pull the trigger on Kyler Murray and the Giants can pick him up at 3. Here's why that's going to be a bad idea. Now, the Jets are in a different situation because if you ask me, I think the Jets roster is actually pretty good. Do they need an edge rusher here? They need some guys here and there, but they're not totally in a rebuilding state right now. On top of that, they had all that draft cap. I mean, they had all that salary cap, but that's not how I want to rebuild a team. They weren't in that situation. We're actually in full rebuild mode. We are rebuilding. We're trying to build from the ground up, things like that. I just don't think Dave Gettleman will actually do that because we're a rebuilding team would not make that move. A rebuilding team would not try this. I think it would be for a team that is almost there, that is nearing towards the end of their rebuilding stage. Of course, Kyler Murray would play next year, but I think he would actually get some time this year if we do draft him because he is that good. I have no doubt in Kyler Murray's ability whatsoever. I just don't think we should trade for him because I think we need those picks so desperately. I don't know how next year's draft is going, but this year's draft is crucial because there's so much talent in the beginning of the rounds that it's hard to really say you want. It's hard for me to just throw out there, I'm going to throw out these picks for Kyler Murray and skip out on all the talent that we could potentially get in this year's draft. And I know the counter argument is, we have a lot of draft capital at the end of the draft. 2 fourth rounds, 3 fifth rounds, 1 sixth round, and 2 seventh rounds, something like that. We have all those picks. But you guys are noticing that just because you have those picks, they don't equal the same amount of value whatsoever. You can't throw 2 fourth round picks like the 2 fourth round picks we have. You cannot package those to get a second round pick. It's hard to even package that to get a third round pick. A high third round, it's not of equal value. 2 fourth round picks. The fourth round is where the value really starts dropping. The first, second, and third round, you can package 2 third rounds to get a second round. It's very hard, very rare that you're gonna package 2 fourth rounds to get a second round or a high third round. You guys gotta look at the value chart. It's not going to happen. And then you guys can say, well, let's just give up a pick for next year. But if we use what you just said, Kyler Murray, we trade him for in next year's draft, we give up a second round pick. So you want to give up another, possibly 2 more picks in your next draft to go up in this draft. And then how many picks are you going to wind up next year? You're going to have a first round pick next year, and you won't have anything from the second, third, and possibly fourth. And then you have, all those, maybe you have your fourth, but you'll totally miss out on the bulk of the draft, which is the second and third round, which to me is very crucial. So you're in a bad situation. If you want Kyler Murray, prepare for this. If you want Kyler Murray and you want to draft him this year, prepare for this year to just be the Kyler Murray draft. That's exactly what your ultimate goal is to get Kyler Murray. Yes, the third and fourth round is rich with talent, but if you ask me, there's nobody that's really like, if you want an edge rusher and you get Kyler Murray, you better get him at 17 because if you give up your 37th and you wait till 95th to get your edge rusher, you're not going to find a star edge rusher there. We don't have a star edge rusher on the team right now. Why do you want average talent to match up with average talent? Why do you want I don't know. Let's just throw a name out there. I don't know what the really the for sure value is at third round, but Ben Bonnigu if he goes in third round. You want Ben Bonnigu to be your number 1 pass rusher because you don't have a number 1 pass rusher on this team. Marcus Golden and Lorenzo Carter are not your guys. B.J. Hill is an interior/5 technique guy. He's probably still gonna be the bench. You didn't make your team any better. You did not make your team any better. So when you're talking about rebuilding, you're talking about adding talent that's not there. You're talking about adding young talent that's not there. If you add somebody in the 3rd to 4th round at edge rusher like we really need, you better go in the first round, and it has to be the 17th. Like, when you get Kyler Murray, your draft needs to be scheduled. You can't go best player available anymore because you don't have the picks to do that. You don't have the picks to make those decisions anymore. You need to get your need. And honestly, I just think it would be a bad idea. I know Bad Dog's going to make a video on the potential trade, but you have to look at things from a business standpoint. You have to look at things from the future. I know we want a quarterback so badly, but quarterback is not the be-all, end-all. We've seen a lot of people say this, and it brings up a good point. If quarterback was the be-all, end-all, Aaron Rodgers would have the most rings in NFL history because I honestly think his talent outmatches a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning, guys like that. Dan Marino would have at least one ring. Dan Marino has no rings, okay? Quarterback is not the be-all, end-all. You need to surround your quarterback with certain options. Listen, here's the thing. I'll say this. If Kyler Murray drops to 6, take him. I'll say that right there. I'll say it right there. If Kyler Murray falls to 6, take him. I would be completely happy. I just can't trade. I can't trade those picks. I can't do it. That's like, don't touch. That's my off-limit stuff. Do not touch my stuff. Okay? That's what I'm saying right now. I know I want this, but do not touch my stuff. That's pretty much why I'm very possessive all over those picks I have because I cannot let that go. I cannot let that go, and I have to stand firm on that. I know Kyler Murray is that dream. We're drooling over Kyler Murray right now. I have to stand strong. I can't go through the temptations. I can't be tempted. Not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. I'm going to keep my picks. I'm going to try. I got to rebuild my team. I have to rebuild my team. If I get Kyler Murray, my draft is very limited on what I can do. I can't go best player available anymore. That's not the option. You can't do that anymore. When you trade up to get your quarterback, you're talking about I'm ready to win now in 1 to 2 years. That's what you're saying when you get your quarterback right now, and especially when you trade up for your quarterback. The Jets are in win-now mode right now. They got Le'Veon Bell. They got C.J. Mosley. They got a couple other guys. They're in win-now mode right now. Are the Giants really ready to do the same? I don't know. That's all I got to say for you guys. I hope you guys are watching this. And listen, I don't want to spark up a whole, one side of this or one side of that. Let's debate. Let's have a civil debate. I think both sides bring up good points, and that's why I want to talk about this because it is a good point. It's a valid statement. Trading up for Kyler Murray, we need a quarterback, this and that. It's a valid debate. Let's start a debate. Leave it in the comments. I'll have the podcast tonight if you guys want to talk about it. But that's all I got to say. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.